Time of the year, not only are people shopping, it's kind of the season of giving.
Yep.
People make donations to different charities and different, the bell ringers, for example. What kind of advice does the police have making sure that they're legitimate, or making sure you know where your donations are going?
Sure, yeah, donations are solicited in a couple of different ways, right? There's the in-person, like you said, the bell ringers, which those are generally pretty safe because that's usually Salvation Army. If you ever have a question though, if it's legit, ask them if they are a 501c3, if they have that charitable organization designation, because if they don't, you might want to be leery of it. Now, if it's somebody that you know, if it's an organization that you know and you're familiar with, and especially if it's an in-person donation, then you can probably feel pretty safe making that donation. But there's online donations, right? And that's a big thing nowadays. Again, we talked about earlier the lock and the URL code and the HTTPS. Make sure that those are there. Make sure that, if somebody says they donate to the Salvation Army, that their entire address says Salvation Army, that it is actually all of those letters, because sometimes they will try to throw you off a little bit and maybe have one of those letters off, and it will make it so that it's going to some place where it probably shouldn't go. So when in doubt, just don't donate.
Okay.
But do your best to make sure that you are donating to a legit organization.
And kind of to piggyback off that, you see a lot of email scams or phone scams this time of year, especially targeting maybe the elderly, or what can you say about those kind of things?
Well, again, if you ever have any question, you can call us and we can help you. We can guide you and tell you, yeah, this probably is a good place, or don't make a donation there. But be very leery of anybody who's sending you an email asking for donations. That's probably not somebody you're going to want to make a donation to.
And sometimes it's a little too good to be true.
Yeah,
some of those scams that are going around, like, you want a trip, or this deal, buy one, get 5 free, or something.
Yep.
So, or even, like I said, the phone solicitations. What can you tell those maybe watching at home that are maybe in the older population about phone scams during this time of year?
You hit the nail on the head with, if it seems too good to be true, it probably is, right? If somebody's calling and asking for your social security number, don't give it to them. Don't give that to them over the phone. Be very, very leery of giving your credit card information over the phone too. Ask them to send you something. Send you something in the mail, and then you can fill it out or decide if it's legit once you get the information. It also will give you some time to actually research who it is that's calling you. A lot of times if you get a phone call from somebody and you don't recognize the number, and you answer, you talk to them, you're suspicious, but you're not sure. If you search that number, Google or whatever, a lot of times it'll tell you, yeah, this is a scam number, and don't give them any information. Okay,
before we move on to holiday travel and winter, protecting your home in the winter, anything else you want to add about online safety or shopping, anything else?
Yeah, just obviously it's very tempting to put your credit card information in to these sites. Just follow some of these safety tips that we discussed today, and I think you should be pretty safe.